Hello students, welcome to the second session of chapter 2 of your NCERT, that is biological classification. So in last class we dealt with session 1 where we have discussed about R.H. Whittaker's 5 kingdom system. How did he classify them? What were the characters chosen by him to classify the organisms under 5 different kingdoms. As I had told in last class, we will have to study about each and every kingdom. So, we will start with the first kingdom, that is Monera. Monera normally includes all the different types of bacteria. So, these are unicellular prokaryotic cells. So, here the examples will be all different types of bacteria. Bacteria are normally cosmopolitan in nature. Cosmopolitan. What is a cosmopolitan? When it comes to cosmopolitan, organisms which are spread throughout the world, whether it may be very high temperature or very low temperature, minus temperature, boiling point temperature, everything or all these areas where normally if you say human beings, we cannot survive in such kind of temperature or change in the environmental condition, but the bacteria can do survive. They can live in each and every condition. Even if you take a handful of soil also, you can find large number of bacteria in soil. So that means this bacteria are cosmopolitan as they can tolerate any type of temperature and they can survive anywhere and everywhere. Based on the shapes, bacteria can be classified into 4 different types. That will be, if the bacteria are circular, then it is called coccus. If it is rod shaped, they are called bacillus. If it is spiral shaped, that is spiral shaped, it is spirillum. If it is coma shaped, Vibrium. These are all the singular forms. When it comes to plural, it is cocci, bacilli, spirilla, Vibrium. So these are the plural forms of the bacteria. So based on their shapes, they can be classified into 4 different types. Circular shaped, it is coccus, rod shaped, it is bacillus, and S shaped or spiral shaped, it is called spirillum, and coma shaped, it is called Vibrium. So these are the 4 different types of bacteria. While we had discussed the characters of Monera, I told you that bacteria are normally having autotrophic as well as heterotrophic nature. When it comes to autotrophic nature, that is mode of nutrition, they may be photosynthetic as well as chemosynthetic, and heterotrophic nature, they might be parasitic as well as saprophytic. We will be studying now different types which are involved in kingdom Monera. First one is Archaebacteria. The first type is Archaebacteria. So Archaebacteria are the ones which have the ability to survive in any type of environment. So they can tolerate any type of environmental condition because they have a specialized cell wall. Because of presence of specialized cell wall, they can tolerate any type of environmental conditions. So organisms or bacteria which survive in high salinity. Salinity anta helidre high salt content. That means samudrada neeru, if you take as an example. So high salinity, these are called halophiles. These are called halophiles. When it comes to higher temperature, that is hot springs, where naturally the water is above 100 degrees centigrade, okay, or almost nearing the 100 degrees centigrade. So that we call hot springs. So in hot springs, if you see the bacteria surviving, those bacteria are called thermoacidophiles. Those are thermoacidophiles. And last one is, you can see such bacteria in marshy area. And those are termed methanogens. So bacteria which tolerate or which lives in higher salinity, those are called halophiles. Bacteria which can be found in hot springs where the temperature is very high, and those are called thermoacidophiles. And those bacteria which are found in marshy area, these are termed methanogens. These methanogens are not only restricted to marshy area, but you can also find them in ruminant gut. Ruminant anta helidre organisms which have partitioned stomach. Stomach alli allalli partition iruvanta organisms anna ruminants anta karitivi. Example, danagalu, that means cow, buffalo, all these are examples for ruminants. So ruminants have partitioned stomach. You can find this methanogens in the gut. Gut andre digestive system anta artha. In the guts of the ruminants. Why can you find this ruminant gut having partitions anta kelidre? Because they first consume the food, then get it back to the mouth, and then they will chew it back once again and push them into the stomach. So their gut is very much rich in this bacteria called methanogens. When it comes to methanogens, these, once the food is getting digested and through the intestine, the waste substances will be ejected out in the form of dung. Dung contains this methanogens which are removed from the gut of the ruminant stomach. So when it comes to methanogens present in the dung, we use the same dung to prepare methane gas. So ಈ methanogens ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾಗಳು ruminant ಗಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಎಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೀಟದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೈಲ್ ದೇ ಶೆಡ್, ಸೆಗಣಿಯನ್ನ ಆಚೆ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಆ ಸೆಗಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಥೆನೋಜನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಮೀಥೆನೋಜನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಡಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬಯೋಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ methanogens will start releasing the methane gas, which is nothing but the biogas. So that is about the rough idea about first type of category which comes in kingdom Monera, that is Archaebacteria. They have the ability to survive in any type of temperature, any type of salinity, as well as they are also found within the body of the organism, especially in the ruminant gut. So that's about Archaebacteria. Next is Eubacteria. Eubacteria. So Eubacteria, the U suggests, or the meaning of U is true bacteria. So these are true bacteria. Why? Because they have a specified rigid cell wall. They have a specified rigid cell wall which helps them in protecting them against certain environmental conditions. Along with this, they have locomotory organs called flagella. So flagella are the locomotory organs. Locomotory organs anta helidre which help in movement. Hege manushralli kaal irutte, which helps in moving us from one place to another place. Ade tara if you see in bacteria, they have flagella, finger like projections which help in moving from one region to another region. So that's about Eubacteria. Eubacteria means these are true bacteria. Eu meaning true. These have rigid cell wall for their protection against environmental conditions, as well as they have flagella for locomotion. Next type of bacteria, that is Cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are commonly called blue-green algae. Cyanobacteria are termed blue-green algae. As the name suggests, here these are having blue-green colored algae. Green color mainly in cyanobacteria is because of a pigment called chlorophyll A, which is restricted to higher plants. Here in cyanobacteria also they have a pigment called chlorophyll A. That is why their mode of nutrition is photosynthetic in nature. Andre solar energy anna sunna energy anna utilize madkondu they can prepare their own food, and that is because of presence of chlorophyll A pigment in them. So these are photosynthetic. These are either unicellular or multicellular. These may be single celled organisms or multi-celled organisms. These are filamentous or colonial. These may be filamentous or colonial. Filamentous means single filament tara strand tara iruvantadu. Colonial anta helidre groups alli iruvantadu. That is what is colonial. Filamentous means single strand like structure. If you see their habitat, they may be surviving in fresh water, sihi neeralli, marine water, that is uppu neeru, or terrestrial region andre earth surface, land surface mele survive aguvanthadu. So they may be unicellular, multicellular, filamentous or colonial. They may survive in fresh water, marine water as well as terrestrial region. So some of the cyanobacteria have a very good capacity of fixing nitrogen. So I'll just draw the diagram so that you can get the idea. I told you that some of the bacteria have the ability to fix the nitrogen. Some of the bacteria like Nostoc or Anabaena have a special type of cell called heterocyst. Heterocyst is the one which helps in fixing the nitrogen. If you see the structure of the filamentous algae, that is Nostoc here, you can find that they are covered with the mucilaginous sheath which helps in protecting the inner line cells. There is a chain of vegetative cells and in between there are special cells called heterocyst. These are the cells which help in fixing the nitrogen. So I told you that some of them have photosynthetic type of autotrophic mode of nutrition and some have the chemosynthetic, that is they help in fixing the nitrogen, and sometimes what happens is they fix nitrites, nitrates, ammonia and convert that into ATP. ATP is nothing but energy. So that is how they chemosynthetically adapt themselves by chemosynthetically use the chemicals around themselves to prepare the energy. So this chemosynthetic mode of nutrition also helps in recycling iron, sulfur, phosphorus as well as nitrogen. So that is about the heterocyst in case of Nostoc, which helps in fixing the nitrogen which is present in between the vegetative cells which are covered with the protective layer called mucilaginous sheath. These cyanobacteria are the one which are highly found in polluted water. You can see ಕೆಲವು ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸನೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ವಾಸನೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್. ಈ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈನೋಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾಸ್ಗಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸವಾಗುವಂಥ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಯಾವುದು ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಗಲ್ ಬ್ಲೂಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ವಾಟರ್. Next is about the heterotrophic bacteria. So this heterotrophic mode of nutrition in case of bacteria mostly help in decomposing. That means completely digesting the dead and decayed one. Digestion process ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಕೊಳಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು these heterotrophic bacteria do. Some of the bacteria or heterotrophic bacteria are also used in preparation of curd, preparation of antibiotics and fix nitrogen in leguminous plants. Legume produce ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ plants na roots alli you can find this bacteria which help in fixing the nitrogen from the soil. Comes to the negative effects of this heterotrophic bacteria. These bacteria are the one which causes typhoid, cholera, citrus canker and tetanus in human beings. So there are both positive and negative effects of heterotrophic bacteria. Next is the reproduction of this bacteria. Reproduction of bacteria is normally by fission. So that means during unfavorable condition they produce spores. Spores production during unfavorable condition, favorable condition that will be through fission process. And they also undergo sexual reproduction where two different bacteria fuse together and transfer the primitive DNA from one bacteria to another bacteria. That is normally taking place, and this type of reproduction is called sexual reproduction in case of bacteria. Whereas in under favorable condition they undergo fission, and unfavorable condition they produce spores, whereas sexual reproduction takes place through the process where the bacteria fuse together to transfer the primitive DNA from one bacteria to another bacteria. And the last type of bacteria which comes under kingdom Monera, that will be Mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is one of the smallest bacteria which do not have any cell wall. So this is the smallest bacteria, do not have any cell wall. These do not have any favorable functions to human beings. That means these are pure pathogens both for animals as well as plants. So that is about different types of bacteria which are involved in kingdom Monera. When it comes to Monera, here Monera includes all the different types of bacteria based on their shapes. We have studied 4 different types, and we have come across 4 different forms of or kinds of bacteria which are involved in kingdom Monera. That were Archaebacteria, where the organisms or bacteria have the very good capability of tolerating any type of environmental conditions. We have seen about halophiles, thermoacidophiles and methanogens. Next we had studied about eubacteria which have a rigid cell wall, and some of the locomotory bacteria are included here which contains flagella for locomotion. Cyanobacteria, we have come across their photosynthetic mode, their autotrophic mode, their chemosynthetic mode and heterotrophic mode. Where in photosynthetic we have learnt that because of presence of chlorophyll A, they have a photosynthetic type of or mode of nutrition, that is coming under autotrophic. We have learnt that these are unicellular, filamentous or colonial, live in different types of environmental conditions. We have seen that they grow in polluted areas, that's why we call algal blooms. They have a very good capacity of recycling different types of chemicals like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron and sulfur, which they use for their own benefit to produce ATP. We have come across heterotrophic bacteria which functions as decomposers, which are used as medicines, that is antibiotics as well as preparation of curd, along with which they also act as pathogens by causing different types of diseases like typhoid, cholera, tetanus and citrus canker. And the last one was Mycoplasma, where we have studied that these are smallest bacteria which do not have any cell wall but are completely purely pathogenic. When it comes to the reproduction of bacteria, reproduction takes place by fission process, in unfavorable condition through spores, and sexual reproduction takes place by transfer of primitive DNA from one bacteria to another bacteria. So that's all for today's class. Next class we will be studying about kingdom Protista. Thank you.